Hey guys, welcome back to another video over here on the Chinese Zodiac and horoscopes. Today we're going to be doing a reading for you guys born in the year of the horse. So welcome back on my pony princes and princesses. How are we doing? Has it been a good week? Have we had fun? Are we on adventures and having a great time with joyful glee? Or is it doom and gloom and awful and horrible and you just can't wait for the week to be done? Well, let's find out when we pull these cards out. Let's shuffle them about and see what we've got. Oh, so throw them away. Right, let's try again. Just to remind you that I do this with my eyes closed, so accidents can happen. Let's stop about there. And we'll take that one from the bottom. We'll take that one from the middle. We'll take that one from the top. What have we got? We've got one white, we've got two blacks. Good start, negative finish, but as I've always said, white isn't always all right. Black isn't always an attack. It all depends on your perspective. All depends on the compatibility of the cards when we flip them over. Nothing is good, nothing is bad. We always have to have balance. Everything always has to have some kind of give and take. Right now, we got a taker, and the taking home you are attempting to take home is that catalyst moment, that catalyst card, the catalyst card coming into play, which may be a little bit slow for you as a horse person. You're not going to appreciate seeing change happen and it not happen immediately. You know it's happening, you can see the progress, but it's just not happening fast enough. But that's okay. Maybe not for you, but all things will happen as they're supposed to. So you need to rein it in a little bit. You need to steady yourself and get ready for the burst out the gate, because that's what's going to happen. This catalyst is going to bring something forward which you are going to have to deal with, a challenge that you are going to have to either accept and embrace and take head on, or something that you're going to have to get prepared to leave and run from. Either way, I hope you're ready. I hope you're ready. That, again, pig is not compatible necessarily with a horse. It's just too, I guess, in some ways, slow. It's too uninterested or unaffected by things. You know, it's a very moderate compatibility. Horses will be quick there on the scene, trying to, get involved and be full on with, their help and their enthusiasm and want to take, as many challenges as they can. Whereas that pig is not going to rush to the cause. It's really not. It's not going to do it. The pig just cannot match the horse's quickness. But this is a good catalyst. It's a good lesson. It's a good time to be patient and to rest, ready, as I say, for this big burst forward. There's no real clashes with you and the pig. So what happens next is not because of these changes. It's your own attitude or your own sort of outlook towards the changes, which is going to change your way of dealing with it, which is then going to affect the outcome, and it'll be a domino effect, and reactions will get more reactions, and there'll be more reactions, and it'll be very reactive. You need to be prepared for that. You need to be ready for that. So saddle up, because it's yippee-ki-yay time. That snake coming straight in there to just piss you right off, because snakes and horses do not get along. They really don't. They're not great. They're very distant with each other. Lack of communication, lack of trust. They just bang to different drummers. The beat is completely off. And that's probably what you're now up against, is a big shift and change, which has now brought you to this almost overthinking place where you just don't trust now where you're at. You're very suspicious of things. You're thinking to yourself, hang on a second. This wasn't supposed to happen. This was not as predicted. This is not what I signed up for. You may also be thinking that you don't get paid enough for this. You may be thinking that you deserve better than this. There could be a lot of things right now that you're questioning and thinking, well, this change was not warranted and you did not ask for it. But as I've said, the change is not the problem. The change is a catalytic moment that you cannot escape. It's going to happen whether you like it or not. But as I said, you either embrace it, take it head on, or you try and run away from it and try and escape it before it, gets you. Either way, there is going to be consequences, because you get to choose your next move. What you don't get to choose is the consequences of those actions. You don't get to choose that. So just remember, there will be consequences for everything you do. everything. And it's all right to pursue things and get ready for, the next phase, or want the next thing in an optimistic way to be happen sooner rather than later. But you need to slow it down. Yes, you could throw more money at it. Yes, you could put more time in. Yes, you could make a little bit more effort. But it's not going to get you anywhere quicker. Not really. Just because you're doing the little perfections now and you've had the time to do a few more finer details, that's just all vanity. That's all just pride. The table was already a table. And just because nobody bought the table yet doesn't mean it's less of a table. Painting it a different colour, or engraving it, or doing fancy swirly bits up the legs. Yeah, okay, it looks prettier, but the function's still the same. And if nobody wants to buy a table, they're not buying a table no matter how pretty it looks. You just need to be patient and just wait for the right opportunity. You can't keep jumping ahead. You got to slow down like this pig. And again, snake, very slow. Two slow things. It's almost like you're not thinking about it. You want to rush in and see the end result, but it doesn't work like that. It does not work like that. And you cannot control, as I say, the end result. The actions that you have are within your control. The consequences are not. And we've got another catalytic moment. Another change, another shift. Why? Probably because you got a little bit frustrated, started kicking off a bit. Now things are really vamping up. That sheep's coming in. Again, sheep and horse, not a bad compatibility there to a certain degree. They can actually get on incredibly well. Compared to the pig, the sheep is definitely something that you can deal with. And it's almost like you are now taking control of the situation because you're not happy with the way things have gone. So you're gonna change it yourself. You're gonna take over yourself. And that's going to change the dynamic all over again. It's going to be very destructive. There's going to be arguments. There's going to be fights. There's going to be this need for resolution, compromise, negotiation. Again, you're just making a mountain out of a molehill. That's what you're doing. You're making a mountain out of a molehill. You're trying to make a table prettier. You're trying to make it nicer. You're putting glitter on a turd and expecting it to be something it's not. It just doesn't work like this. It just doesn't work like that at all. But you're not going to hear it because you're too proud, and you're going to argue with it, and you're going to, it is what it is. You're going to find out the hard way anyway, and that's what you are going to do. And it's meant for you. That goat is on your soul line. It's part of your soul path. So not only have we got catalytic moments here, we've also got negative karmic energy here. We've also got a big shift in the catalytic change all over with the phases that you're going through. But it's also all meant for you because this is what you're supposed to be now learning about yourself. You're supposed to be growing from this. And if you don't get growth from this, you're going to come back around. So you're right to be suspicious. You're right to not trust what's happening. You're right to want to be in control. You don't want to be out of control. And because you haven't got the patience to see it through, now you're going to do it the hard way. But as I say, you're just trying to reinvent the wheel. You are now going to spend effort and time making this table ornate and all pretty and dressing it all up, only to discover nobody wants the bloody table yet. It's just not time, no matter how pretty it looks. And you're going to learn that lesson. You are, because you're not going to listen to me. You're not going to listen to anybody else. You're not going to listen to anybody and even if they said to you that they want a chair and they're here to buy a chair, you're still going to try and bloody sell them this table. And then the consequences of those actions or your sort of approach to this, it's just going to frustrate you further. Now I'm interested now. I'm intrigued to see how we deal with this as the week goes by and how you come out the other side. You're going to learn that lesson. You're going to end up running away. You're going to take it head on. We'll find out when we come back. Do another reading for you guys next week. If you're born in the year of the horse, I will be coming back after this in a second with a reading for those born in the year of the sheep. So if you are interested, I'll see you then. If not, no worries. I'll just catch you next week. Love and peace.